If you've noticed that the older you get, the harder it is to switch off, that your body is tired but your mind keeps racing, that you lie down at night and your heart just won't settle, you're not alone. And today, we're going to do something about it. Because there's a strange little reflex hidden in your body, one most people over 60 have never heard of. It doesn't need a pill, it doesn't need a gadget. And it's triggered by something as simple as cool water on your face. But before you go running to the sink, stay with me. You may have heard that you need to hold your face in cold water for a full 30 seconds. You don't. The reflex actually fires in just a few seconds, and that long, overdone version is exactly the part a body over 60 should skip. The difference between the gentle way and the risky way is the whole reason I'm making this video. Let me introduce you to someone. We'll call him Ray. Ray is 67, and Ray is tired. Not sleepy tired, wired tired. The kind where the body wants to rest but the engine won't idle down. He'd seen the videos, young men plunging their faces into bowls of ice, swearing it reset their nervous system, and one restless night, Ray stood at his bathroom sink and thought, maybe I should just dunk my face in ice water too. I'm glad he paused. Because what Ray didn't know, what almost nobody explains, is that this reflex is real and remarkable, and the ice bowl version is the one part you should skip. Let me show you why. So what is this thing? It's called the diving reflex. Here's the strange part. There is a patch of nerves in your face, across your forehead, around your eyes, along your nose, that is wired almost directly to one of the most powerful calming nerves in your entire body. When cool water touches that patch, those nerves, part of what's called the trigeminal nerve, fire a signal straight to your brainstem. Think of it as a doorbell rung on the front of your face. And your brain answers that doorbell by reaching for the vagus nerve, the long wandering nerve that runs from your brainstem down to your heart. The vagus nerve gives one quiet instruction: ease off. Your heart rate slows a little, your body shifts just slightly out of go and toward rest. It happens fast, within seconds. You don't need a long soak, you barely need more than a splash. Evolution built this into every mammal on Earth. It's the same reflex that lets a seal slow its heart far beneath the surface. And here is the part that still gives me chills. Freedivers spend years learning to coax this reflex back to its full strength, dropping their heart rate on purpose, gliding through the deep on a single held breath. You were simply never told that a quieter version of that same ancient switch has been riding along inside you the entire time. You have been carrying it your whole life and never knew it was there. Now here's the question that matters for you and me. Why would nature hide a calm switch on our faces, and at 67? With the body we actually have, is it safe to press? That second half is where this video parts ways with all the others. So let's do this honestly. First, how the good part works. The trigger is temperature. The water has to be genuinely cool, below about 70 degrees. Lukewarm water does nothing at all. The nerves simply don't ring the doorbell. That's why a warm washcloth feels pleasant but does nothing here. It has to be cool, and it has to land on the face. The second piece is where that signal goes. That vagus signal eases the heart and tips you toward the rest and digest side of your nervous system, the side that runs the show when you feel safe and unhurried. The racing engine doesn't switch off exactly, it just drops out of high gear. And the third piece is the one Ray would feel the most. It's the reset. That cool, sharp sensation is a strong signal to the brain, strong enough to interrupt a spinning mind and pull your attention out of the worry and back into your body, into the present moment. It's like a hand laid gently on a spinning wheel, not forced to a stop, just slowed. But here is the catch, and this is the part the ice bowl videos leave out. Cold doesn't only flip the calm switch. Cold also flips on the alarm. The very same splash that tells your heart to slow down also tells your body, something cold just happened, brace. That's a stress response, and it can nudge your heart rate and your blood pressure up at the very same moment the calming side is trying to bring them down. In a young, healthy body, those two signals usually sort themselves out. But when both systems shout at once, the brake and the gas, together the heart can stumble. And here is the detail every hype video skips. When researchers recorded those skipped and fluttering beats, even in perfectly healthy young people, it was during full-face immersion in cold water, with the breath held under, not a gentle splash at the sink. That deep breath-holding plunge is what stacks the two signals on top of each other, which, by the way, is exactly what Ray's gut was warning him away from that night. And that is the finding that changed how I see this whole trend. Because for an older heart, especially one with a history, or an irregular rhythm like atrial fibrillation, or one being steadied by a beta blocker or a blood pressure pill that pile up, is not a party trick. It is a real risk. It's the reason heart doctors are openly cautious about cold plunges for anyone with a cardiac history. So no, Ray should not dunk his face in a bowl of ice and hold his breath. And neither should you. But that does not mean the switch is off limits. It means you press it gently and you never stack the risky parts together. Here is the honest, sensible version, the one built for a body over 60. You don't need ice. You don't need a bowl. You don't need to hold your breath at all, and in fact, please don't. Holding your breath while plunging your face is the single riskiest part of the whole thing, and you can skip it entirely and still reach the reflex. Instead, take a clean washcloth, run it under cool tap water, wring it out, and rest it gently over your cheeks, your eyes, and your forehead for a slow count of 10 or 15. Keep breathing the entire time. Let one long, easy breath leave your body. That's it. Cool, brief, gentle breathing throughout. Or even simpler, a few light splashes of cool water at the sink, with one slow breath out after each. This is what I wish Ray had known that first restless night, standing over that imaginary bowl of ice, and a few firm rules, because I would rather you be safe than impressed. Keep it cool, not painfully icy. Keep it brief. Never hold your breath and plunge. And if you feel dizzy, faint, or you notice your heart fluttering or skipping, stop and sit down. Do that, and here is what it can feel like. The little coolness lands, and then the room feels a touch quieter. Your shoulders come down from around your ears. The day loosens its grip on you just slightly. That is not a biohack. That is your own nervous system, doing exactly what it was built to do when you invite it gently instead of shocking it. Remember Ray? Ray never did dunk his face in that bowl of ice. He kept a folded cloth by the bathroom sink instead. Cool water, 10 slow seconds, one long breath out, most evenings before bed. It didn't knock him out like a sleeping pill. It just took the edge off the engine enough that rest finally had a way in. So if you take 3 things from me today, take these. 1, it has to be cool water, not warm and on your face where those nerves live. 2, gentle and brief beats, cold and extreme. Every single time, never hold your breath and plunge. 3, if you have a heart condition, an irregular rhythm, or you take heart or blood pressure medication, talk to your doctor before you make this a habit. This is one to clear first. And here is what I want you to hold on to. You are not powerless against your own racing engine. You were born with a quiet little switch for calm, sitting right there on your face. You just have to reach for it kindly. One honest note, as always, nothing here is medical advice. And nothing here is ever a reason to stop or change a medication on your own. It is a reason to ask your doctor a better question at your next visit. If this helped you see your own body a little differently, do me a small favor and subscribe. That's how this little detective agency keeps its lights on. And before you go, one last thread. Because that wandering vagus nerve we met today, slowing your heart is only one of its jobs. It also runs all the way down to your gut, and it has a quiet hand in something most people never connect it to: your blood sugar. What happens to that nerve and to your blood sugar? After 60, that is where we are going next time. And it may be the most important one yet. I'll see you there.